Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening, this friskly cold evening. I'm not even sure if that's the right way to describe it, but I've been cold the whole day inside, so I don't know what the outside has felt like for you today. But thank you for coming through. The heaters are on, so at least we're a little bit warm here. And thank you for all of you who've tuned in live from around the country today. We've got guys all over the place, down in the Vaal watching us. We've got a fresh team in Alberton watching us tonight. It's lovely to know that with our technology, we can be everywhere at once. Guys, tonight you're sitting in the offices of DuePoint. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's important to know. That's who we actually are. If you want to find out more about us, go online, look us up under the JSE. We're listed and we are licensed. So you will find us under Conduit Capital on the JSE. You'll find us under the FSCA's website as well under the name Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We have both life and short-term insurance licenses here, and we have not been around for 5 minutes. Constantia was first founded in 1952. We are a 66-year-old insurance company. So for many people, they might say, I've never heard of DuePoint, I've never heard of Constantia. Don't worry, that doesn't mean that we're new. It just means that you're new to us. And through the course of this evening, I hope that I can turn your knowledge around and give you some comfort in who we're dealing with here tonight. In addition, we are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider with the FSCA. There's our FSP license. Go and look us up, as I say. Everything you need to know, everything about us, from the finest detail, you will find online. We still like people who say, no, I need to see the office before I believe you. Well, I can set up a little backyard office in Randburg, behind one of the old buildings, with the rubbish dumps there. Would you still want to see us to know that that's legit? Folks, everything you can see through the camera is real, and we are very legitimate. And so take the time to go and do the proper research on us, which you'll find online. We're also a company made up of real people. I spent some time today searching through one of the new companies that's blown in from offshore, and I had a very interesting time looking through their website. Now, not to disparage them, although I really do want to. They put up pictures of their offices, which are just computer-drawn pictures. This is our office here and here, and it's just a computer-drawn picture, and then it says, here are our people, but it's like different people, and you can see it's a stock photo, and I'm like, you know what, every flippin' week there's a new one where I find out the people behind the company don't even exist. Well, you'll be glad to know the people that are here at DuePoint actually exist. Here I am, you can see me in the corner there, Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here, and every one of our other staff members you will find in this office Monday through Saturday. You can pick up a phone and call us, and you'll find us. You do not need to write an email to China or to a prison in Russia you don't need to do that. You can literally pick the phone up and you are talking to us here. This is a homegrown South African company, and we are right here for you 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, just about, with our technology. So folks, what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, we got two objectives. Our primary objective, one that was born in about 2015, is to put into the hands of South Africans a tool they can use to create wealth. Now, that is not a tool that they can use to create money. You can go to that funny website I went to this afternoon if you want to attempt to make money. Money is what you make on transactions. When you sell pots, or when you sell creams or soaps or whatever it might be, hygiene stuff, and that gives you money in the moment you make the sale. That's all it does. And that money is gone as fast as it came. It does not create a change in your personal economy. In some months, you're physically not going to be able to sell, which means you're not going to be able to make any money. But here at DuePoint, we have created a system that we believe will create for you recurring, steadfast, reliable income that when you can't sell, it still comes in. When you are sick, it still comes in. When you are busy, it still comes in. And it is created to last a lifetime, not for 5 minutes while this thing is blown in from offshore before it blows back out again with all your money. No, it's here permanently. We wanted to do this to put you back in control of your economy. Right now, you have no control over your income, and you have no control over your expenditure. You know this because your boss tells you how much you're going to earn. There's a remuneration committee that tells you what percentage increase you're going to get at the end of the year. There's someone else that tells you if you're going to get promoted or fired or retrenched. Were you guys reading the newspaper today? News 24? 30 billion rands worth of salaries will be slowly removed from the country's largest employer, the South African government, over the next 3 years. They have to chop 10 billion a year. Over 3 years, 10 billion. How many people do you think are employed for 10 billion rand a year? tens of thousands of jobs are going to be lost. Do you think any of those people have any control over whether they're keeping their jobs or not? I can tell you not. They said anyone over the age of 60. Can you fake being 59? Hey, how do you control this? People don't hear me. They don't hear me when I give this presentation. They don't want to hear it. But you have no control of your income. This is coupled with the fact that you have no control over your expenditure. What is happening to prices at the moment? Are they going down or are they going up? They're going up, and they're going up rapidly. Why? We've had VAT increases, petrol price increases. The rand is tanking. And when the rand tanks, everything that's imported gets more expensive, including the petrol, which means there'll be another petrol price increase, and da-da-da-da-da. And it's compounding and compounding. Our income is not keeping up with inflation. This is not a marketing ploy. This is really just a factual statement. We have got to get back in control. And when we looked at DuePoint, when we founded it, we said our primary objective has got to be putting South Africans back in control. Not where they have to sell pots and pans, but we're in a position where they can create lifetime, steadfast income, reliable income, wealth is what we wanted to create for you. That was our primary objective, and our hope was that once we'd done that, we could start really unplugging you from the things that you're using to medicate your current economic position. How do you medicate it right now? Well, to bridge the gap between your income and expenditure, you are using debt in every way. You're all professional debt athletes. If I were to pull out your wallet or have a 5-minute chat with you, you would tell me how much debt you've got for every aspect of your life. This is the reality of us as South Africans. There's probably 0.5% of South Africans that are not in debt, and there is 60% of the people who are in debt that are behind on their debt payments. 60%. That means we are all in big, big trouble. And our hope is we can pull you out of that with a tool that creates wealth, not money. Our second objective at DuePoint is that we want to get you participating with us again. And crazy thing, this morning I was in training on one aspect of the new regulation that's come out into the financial services space this year, became effective on the 1st of April this year, and it's called the Fit and Proper Requirements for Financial Service Providers. That's anybody who wishes to participate effectively in the financial services space needs to be fit and proper. Now, Fit and Proper is an entire document. And in there, it basically says 0.5% to 1% of South Africans may participate, and no one else may. I paraphrase the entire document for you. What are you going to have? Higher level qualifications, experience. You're going to have to do additional class of business exams. You're going to have to do financial product exams, and you're going to have to do continuous professional development, which means that every year you're going to be paying for training. How much? 18 hours minimum a year if you've got multiple products. Folks, we are in trouble if we want to get South Africans back into the financial services space. It's a huge industry. How do we get South Africans to benefit from this space? Well, we believe that in our system, using our system to meet our second objective, we've opened a window, and we now allow South Africans to benefit again from an industry that has regulated South Africans out of itself. With those two objectives put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. That's why you're here this evening. You have survived my introduction. Now let's talk about business. How do we create the wealth? Well, our DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us. You get to become what we call a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer doesn't sell, doesn't advertise, doesn't advise. They are left with one task, the task of connecting people. You see, this business is so simple. People go, it can't be good, it can't be true because it's too simple. No, it is so simple. All we want you to do is bring people to us. That's it. No discussions of any kind, just connect them to us. Because as you bring South Africans to us, you allow us as an insurance company to penetrate the market. And when we do that, we're able to facilitate the purchase of more products. More products being sold by us results in revenue. And that revenue is what we use to create the wealth for you. We create it on an extra recurring basis. Remember, we didn't want transactional income. We didn't want cash in the moment. We wanted money that was there constantly. We do this through our insurance and financial services products. These products you can have your whole life, and they run on automatic debit order systems. That means that every month you're not running back to the people to beg them to buy another pot or another cream or another vitamin. Well, you're not begging them to do that anymore, another perfume even, whatever it might be. You're not begging them to buy every month. In our system, you've connected them to us. We have sold them a legitimate contracted product, and every month our debit orders raise, and when our debit orders raise, your income comes in. You can start budgeting on it. You can start planning on it. You can start leveraging it. When you've got a regular income, you can go to the bank and you can get a car loan or a home loan. This is what you can do with wealth. You cannot do that with transactional cash. We then wrap this in a system that allows you to leverage others, because we know that the number one reason for not doing DuePoint is, I don't have time. I don't have time. Congratulations and welcome to the club. Nobody in South Africa who is full-time employed has time right now. We know this. Look at all of us. It's a Thursday night. It's Pooza Thursday, and we're here at 7 o'clock at night. You know, this is what we do. Nobody's got time. So what we wanted to do was give you a tool that you could use to leverage others. Leverage the little bits of time lots and lots of people have, so that you could accumulate and amass a huge amount of time, 24 hours a day, to create wealth for yourself. This is not employment. This is a tool. We put it in your hands and you're going to use it. You're going to use it as much or as little as you want. And you're going to get to use this tool at no cost. You see, that's the big thing. Again, as I read through the website today, half of which was still under construction, I was able to look at the amount of money that's being extracted from South Africans on this website. You see, just for $90 you can start earning. But if you really want to earn, you need to put $2,500 in. Hands up, anybody who's got $2,500? Then they'll give you a status. They'll call you platinum. Well, I can call you platinum. You don't have to give me anything. I'll give you a cup of tea outside and call you platinum. But there you have to pay $2,500. And they're not the only one. There's many. We designed the system knowing we could not extract money from people anymore. In South Africa, there's no more money to extract. We're barely making ends meet as it is. So in our system, to become a wealth engineer costs you nothing. There's no startup cost or starter kit or starter manual that you're going to have to buy this evening. There's no monthly fee. There's no application form fees. To be a wealth engineer costs you nothing. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no additional cost. And you know what the great news is? When you try and connect people to us, you don't have to say, listen, dude, all you need is $90 a month and you're in. You don't need to make that statement. It's a simple case of, do you require greater income and greater financial confidence and certainty? Come with me. Come with me. That's what we do here at DuePoint. In addition, because you are not selling, we contract you out of selling. We don't want that. That's not our model. Because you're not giving advice, you're not intermediaries, you're not agents or brokers. Everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer with us. Everybody. No one is excluded. And it means no one's excluded from creating that wealth. You see, these channels that you're going to create recurring income. A recurring income then allows you to value the team you've created here. And when you've valued that team or channel, as we call it, you're able to sell it. It's a real asset. You can sell it to somebody else. And when you pass away one day, it will be transferred to your children. The income that you create during your lifetime will now be an income that is earned by your children. No selling of something will ever be transferred to your children. Like your job. Can your job be transferred to your children when you pass away? No. Somebody else is going to take it. It's the same thing when you try and sell something. It does not get passed on to your children. At DuePoint, we've created generational legacy. These assets will be handed on, and your children will pick them up and either grow them further or just continue to earn the income that you have created with us here. We've also created a system that's very convenient. And again, this is what always sort of bamboozles me. People will run from DuePoint to something where they have to now buy a bakkie so that they can put all the stuff in the back, and then they've got to get a special fridge at home, and then they've got to gather their friends up in their lounge and do a paper presentation on a flip chart and all of that. Whereas here, we have removed everything that is an inconvenience to you. First of all, you don't have to sell. Fantastic. So if you go, I don't have the personality to do this, great. You don't need any personality at DuePoint. I'll be all the personality you ever need, okay? You don't need any personality. You don't need to sell. Secondly, we don't have any products, so no storage issues or transfer issues or any of that. And thirdly, you don't have to do any presentations. You see, there's no convincing. There's no twisting the arm. There's no need for an angle at DuePoint. There's only two people who do the presentation at DuePoint, and that's Rob and me. Okay? And between the two of us and with our technology, we're in your pocket 24 hours a day. Every minute of the day, you can whip us out and be connecting people to DuePoint without having to be inconvenienced yourself. Now, as we do this, we put you in the position where you have to just do that one task for us, which is connect individuals to us. How do you do that? There's 4 ways to do it. Firstly, we can go and pick up one of our USB sticks at the information counter afterwards. It's 170 Rand once off, and you now have our presentations in your pocket all day long. If there's a computer around you or a smart TV, you plug the USB stick in, and there we are doing the presentation for you. The second way is if you're in the area, come and fill the seats at DuePoint. Those of you on the live stream, don't hide every night behind the live stream. Come and join us here. Bring your guests every day, Monday through Saturday. We present out of here, night times, lunch times, mornings. Go to our website, check the schedule, find a time convenient for you, and bring everybody here to DuePoint, and we'll do the presentation for you. The third way is you go to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, you just search for DuePoint. You will find every presentation we've ever done, nice and neatly categorized for you. Go pick your favorite ones, and 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country, all you do is click play, and you've got us in the room presenting to you. You can be at home, you can be in the bath, you can be at work, you can be on holiday. Doesn't matter. You click play, and there we are connecting people to us. It's a system of complete convenience for you. And then the last way of connecting people to us is through our live broadcasts. Every presentation that we do is broadcast live across the country every day of the week, Monday through Saturday. We really battle to find anybody in South Africa producing the amount of live content that we do every day. And you've got it. It's yours. It's yours. There's no $2,500 a month fee. It's just yours. And you can use it to connect people to us. And as you do that, some of the people that are going to connect us are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here, and they'll become wealth engineers. And when they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk are going to go out and do the same thing, connect people to us. Some will become wealth engineers, and again, we will allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself and repeats itself as you connect individuals to us here at DuePoint. We then come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel, and your income is born. Your income is born. You haven't had to sell a single thing. We've done the work, and your income is born. Now, folks, what's important to note is that this is not a pyramid scheme, it is not a Ponzi scheme, and it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I apologize for the last one. I know you all came here tonight hoping it was a get-rich-quick scheme. We all want to get rich quickly. I understand that. But this is genuine, regulated wealth creation. And because of that, it happens slowly. It comes at the price of time. You are going to have to put some time in. We've created a system that helps you leverage other people's time, but you're going to have to put time in too to create this wealth with us, because it's real. How many years have you spent in your employment? You were happy to spend those years because you knew it was genuine. Here too, you'll have to put the time and the perseverance in to building this channel that you will create wealth for you. And those of you who do, those of you who put the time and the wealth and the time and the thought and the perseverance into building channels with us, allow us to start creating that wealth for you. And we do that through 3 products. Our first is our Access Wealth product. It costs 324 Rand a month. And for 324 Rand, you get 2 independent products. Your first one is your very own tax-free investment account. We take 100 Rand a month of the 324, only 100 Rand, guys, and we put it into this investment account, and that's your money. That's your money. There's no waiting periods. It takes maybe 4 or 5 days for them to sell the shares they're invested into and cash them out for you. But there's no waiting period, and the money is yours. You can pull it out at any time. For the remaining 224 Rand, we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. 120,000 Rand for 224 Rand a month, no matter how old you are, no matter what you do, no matter what your current circumstances and conditions are. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. And for 249 Rand a month, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. And I love this. I love these products. They challenge South Africans. They challenge them. And that's why I'm so glad to be doing it, because at DuePoint, we tend to challenge everything. People who come to me and say, Brendan, who wants personal accident cover? I'm going to die from an illness. We had a lady on the phone the other day. I laughed nearly to kill myself, still recovering from the bruising. She said, do you want me to pray to God that I die from an illness? But in other words, I'm never going to die from an accident. Folks, under the age of 65, the highest statistic of death is accident. You are going to die in a car accident. You're going to be shot in a cash and transit crossfire. You're going to be mugged. You're going to have the house burned down around you. Hey, what did we see the other day? A jealous boyfriend set his girlfriend's house on fire. 37 houses burnt down. You're going to die from an accident. I love it. No, why would I want to be covered for accident? And then I also like the ones when people say to me, no, Brendan, I don't want to leave money for other people. I'm not paying a premium this month so that my kids get my money. I'm like, oh, what? Would you rather your kids be left behind destitute? Yeah, what does R1 million do for your beneficiaries? What does it do? Pays for education. It pays off the home loan. It gets them transportation. It changes everything while they recover from the loss of a breadwinner. Why would you not want to pay 249 Rand a month for that? People are like, no, this is for my funeral. Don't worry, with R1 million, they can get you a gold-plated casket for 249. And it doesn't matter who you are, or how old you are, or what your current medical condition is. Our products are for everyone of every age for 249 Rand a month. Our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's not an insurance product. It is a subscription that you pay every month, 299 Rand a month. And for that, you get access to all of our suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We've got piles of suppliers, retail stores, online stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, gyms and travel agencies, entertainment. You name it, we got it in there. We got it all in there. And you can use all of them to completely change your monthly spend for 299 Rand a month. I love this one. Someone came up to me the other day and said, Brennan, which one of the products gives you 50% off everything? I said, none of them. And they went, what? No, this person told me you take one of the products, you get 50% off everything. Folks, if there was a product in South Africa that gave you 50% off everything, you don't think we'd all have it? Hey, and we'd all know exactly which one it was. No, there's no such thing as 50% off everything. And this generally comes from people who forget that at DuePoint we don't sell products. At DuePoint we create wealth. And so they go, no, no, no. But I've only ever sold products. I sold it here. I sold creams. Over here I sold Bitcoin. Over here I sold whatever, pots. Whatever. And so I need an angle to sell DuePoint. And so what I'll say is that this product gives you 50% off. Folks, we don't need angles. We don't sell products. We don't need any of this. We've created a system that means you don't ever have to think about those things again. It's a system that creates wealth. And when we talk to individuals, we say, do you require greater economic certainty? Do you require more income? Yes. Come this way. That's your entire conversation that you have to have. This then puts us in a position to start creating the wealth for you. So, in the traditional banking and insurance space, what do we do to get you to connect with us? We advertise to you in every possible way. TV, radio, billboards, etc. Hundreds of millions a year we spend as individual companies getting you to connect with us. How do we pay for that? We build it into the product price. We make you pay for it in your funeral cover, in your banking fees, in your car insurance. At DuePoint, we've done a similar thing, except we do zero advertising. Zero advertising. That's why you had never heard of us before this evening. You will never see an advert for DuePoint. What we do is we use you. You go out as individuals and connect individuals for us. And that means that all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., is now available for us to distribute to you and your channel, creating the wealth. And we do it in two ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand for every product payment in your channel every month that that product is made, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. You run out, you chat to some of your friends. Some become a wealth engineer. They pay for their product. You get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand, not once off, but every month. Our products don't expire. You can keep paying them forever. So potentially for the rest of your life. You might have got 450 Rand for selling the pot once. Here, you get 55 Rand for every product, every month that it's paid, going on and on and on. These folk go out, they go and talk to a few of their friends. Some become wealth engineers. Again, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. In this particular example, you've been here 5 minutes, you've added a handful of people, and you're on 1,000 Rand a month. Count up the 55 Rands. You're on 1,000 Rand a month every month. 12,000 Rand a year off of the back of what we think is a very little amount of effort. You then put some more time and some more effort in, and you will continue to earn, but now on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to how much you can earn. From the 8th point on, you can continue to earn. You'll just earn at 4% of 27.50 Rand for every product payment in your channel where you qualify to earn. How do you qualify to earn? Go watch the training video. It's 6 minutes long. 6 minutes on YouTube, and you will understand how we have created generational wealth. Because when you finish building your channel and you hand it over to your children, they can pick it up and carry on. And they can build the income and build the wealth and build the income and build the wealth their entire lives. Maybe even handing it over to your grandchildren one day. How much does it translate to on the ground? Well, difficult to answer. Every one of you is going to grow at a different rate. So we took 20 years of data, did a whole lot of actuarial mathematics on it, and we came up with what we call the 3+2 growth rate formula. We said you haven't got a lot of time, but you're interested and you want to put some effort in to building your channel. So you put 3 people in your first month. Just 3. Not 30, not 15 a week, just 3 people in your first month. And then every month thereafter, you put just 2 in, 3 plus 2. But every month, you've got to put 2 people in. 1 every 2 weeks, 1 every 15 days. If you can do that persistently over time, and you're going to have to be persistent. This is not easy work. Why? Because people are very disappointing creatures. Very disappointing. Ask some of the folks sitting by themselves this evening. At least 3 of their friends promised they'd be here tonight. And all 3 of them got together behind them, blocked them on WhatsApp, and unfriended them on Facebook, and then just because they said, come with me to a presentation this evening. People are disappointing creatures. But if you've got thick enough skin, and if you are determined enough to change your future, if you are determined enough not to be in the position we're in today, then all you've got to do is keep putting those 2 in every single month. And when you do, over time, we believe that you can quite conservatively and realistically expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month after 6 months with us. Again, you can see how we don't promise you things. Referring back to my favorite website today, promising you houses, promising you jets and all sorts of crazy ass stuff that nobody is going to get. Hands up, have you heard of a South African that's got a house from anyone? Just $2,500 a month, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, we don't promise you anything unrealistic here. This is the real deal. I'm telling you it's going to take you 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand because it'll be real. When it arrives there, it's not just once off. It's now 2.5 grand every month thereafter. That's 30,000 Rand a year if you stopped at that point. 30,000 extra rands. You will not have quit your job to do this. This you add to your lifestyle. So whatever income you get right now from your job, you'll now add 2,500 Rand a month if you can do 6 months with us. If you can do 12 months with us, that rises to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Now we're talking. 10 grand a month changes everything for everyone. If we think about those 30 billion rands worth of salaried employees that are about to lose their jobs, what would a backup 10,000 Rand a month do for them right now? How would that change their stress level right now if they knew that if they had put just 1 year in with DuePoint, 1 consistent year of 2 people every month, they could at least fall back onto 10,000 Rand a month? What would that do for them? Without having to do anything crazy, just slowly to that 10,000. If you can do 2 years with us, it rises to 30,000 Rand a month. So if those folk had started 2 years ago with us, they would be on approximately 27,000 Rand a month right now. They'd be like, great, I'll take the retrenchment package. See you later. Cheers. Instead of the dire stress that they're in now. There's a famous saying, build or dig the well before you need it. Don't dig the well when you need it. Start now, because you are likely to lose your jobs in the South African economy. You're likely to. Do not believe you've got a special position that is foolproof and will never disappear. Everyone is losing their jobs right now. We need to dig the well before we get there. 3 years down, that's going to become 45,000 Rand a month. 4 years down, it's going to become 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can be consistent and persistent for 5 years, 5 years, not 5 minutes, not 5 months, not 5 weeks, not until the next website loads up with some flashy promise about a house. 5 years, 60 months of hard labor. You'll be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. There's your Facebook number. R1 million a year after 5 years. Will it be there just while you're selling the pots? No. It'll be there every month because you will have created an asset that produces wealth for you. And you'll be able to go from that point forward. You'll be able to change everything from that point forward. Are you willing to put 5 years in? If you're not, how long have you been employed for? Why were you willing to put 5 years in there? Why? It's not making you any richer. You're all going back there tomorrow. It's Friday, but they still make you work. They're still going to expect the same out of you. You're all happy. 5 years is a long time when you're in it. It is a short time when you're gone. Soccer World Cup already tonight. Do you remember 2010 Soccer World Cup? That was 8 years ago. Doesn't feel like 8 years ago to me. Feels like 5 minutes. I remember sitting at FNB Stadium. And now this has been 2. This will be the second one since the one that was in South Africa. 5 years is nothing when you're out of it. Nothing when you're out of it. And can you imagine having survived 5 years, being in this position. So will we have people in this position? This is just the maths. We look at people every month here at DuePoint and see if they're using it. And every month we put a few on stage, just 2 or 3 out of the thousands that are at DuePoint. We put 2 or 3 up and we say, are they using the tool? What are they doing with it? Okay? So that we can show you real, good, bad, and ugly. We show you the whole lot here. We don't show you just the high flyers. We show you everybody in this business. We've got Lynette Bardenor. She's been with us for 2 years. If you go and watch her little story on YouTube, you will see how hard she has had to work to build her income with us. And what has she done in 2 years? She's built a channel worth 16,000 Rand a month. So she's behind the curve, but she's still getting 16 grand a month out of us. She is flying this year, though. Flying. Struggled through 2017 while she watched everyone else just walking away and doing so well. You know, ranking up and also. She was struggling. This year, she's the one that's moving. She's moving this year because she persevered and persisted. In the 2 years she's been with us, she has got 100,000 Rand out of DuePoint. That's 50 grand a year. So while she might be behind my mathematical curve, she's still like, listen, I'm happy to take 50 grand a year from you. How many of you would be unhappy with 50 grand extra a year? No, it would help, wouldn't it? School fees, done. Medical aid, done. Yeah, there it is. Then we've got Siyabonga, Newcastle, 15 months been with us. He does everything remotely. He's in Newcastle. He doesn't get to come to the office. He uses all of our online tools to build his channel. And over 15 months, he's built a channel worth about 10,000 Rand a month. He's on the maths. He's on the maths. 10,000 Rand a month. He says to us in his little story that that's equipped him to be able to purchase his own car, a nice car. He's got a little picture of it there. A nice car, not a little cheapy, like a really decent, I think it's like a Polo GTI or something. It's got like kit on it, you know, and he pays for it out of DuePoint every month. How much car can you buy for 10,000 Rand? That's a lot of car. He gets it from DuePoint. He's had to put the work in 15 months. But he's got there. Then we got Patrick and Pumi. They've been with us for more than 2 years now, but we pulled these numbers at about 2 years. And they have worked very hard. They have committed to the long haul, and there is nothing that will shake them. And as a result, they earn too much for me to show you. It's a risk. It literally is a risk. I can't show you how much they earn. There are too many criminals out there, unfortunately, and they have children and all sorts that could be, I don't know, transferred for cash. Nonetheless, what I just decided to do is I said, how could I demonstrate to you the success that they've had in 24 months? So I took how much they've earned and I divided it into equal pieces as if they'd earned the same amount from the first day, which they didn't, obviously. In their first month, I think they got 600 bucks. Okay, but I chopped it into equal pieces. And if that is the case, if they were to earn the equal amount every month, and then every month since they've been here, they've earned 32,500 Rand. Every single month since they've been here. Have they done hard work? You betcha. I said you need to be putting 2 people in a month. Okay, you all looked very stressed when I said that. You were like, that is an unreasonable request. Okay, no problem. Patrick and Pumi put in 10 a month at least. At least 10 a month. Every month you're going to see them on our Movers and Shakers report, putting at least 10 people in a month. Now, when you put 10 people in a month, that's 240 people in 2 years. It's true. And as a result, their channel is over 11,000 people big. And they live a life that is very different already from most individuals. And beyond the money, they've had an incredible journey with us, which you can see on our YouTube channel if you want. So we've got everybody here, from the ones earning a little bit to the ones earning a lot. The decision will always be left in your hands. How much will you want out of DuePoint? For some people, they don't want millions. An extra 5,000 Rand a month would change everything for me. That's all I want. Perfect. No problem. The tool will cater for you. Other people will say, forget that. I want 250,000 Rand a month. No problem. The tool caters for that too. The question is, how much time and effort are you willing to put in? How distracted will you be by people who let you down or by the next website that loads itself up on the South African google.co.za? How distracted, how focused can you be? How badly do you want to change in your personal circumstances? Folks, everything you need to know about DuePoint I've just told you. So it's decision time. Do you want to be a wealth engineer or not? To become a wealth engineer, it's simple. You go to our website, DuePoint.net, you fill out the application form, and you are now a wealth engineer, not a cent having passed from your hands. If you're serious, get our tools. Struggle with data, get the USB stick. No excuses tonight. If you're here and you say to the person who brought you here, I want to do this, but I've got no data, you take them straight to the information counter and you get that USB stick. You now have us in your hands 24 hours a day. If you find that you battle to connect individuals, get the business cards. The business cards legitimize your proposition. These are DuePoint made business cards, not the ones you made in the corner photostating shop. Here you're able to say, this is from DuePoint. It legitimizes your connection with individuals. And then if your phones and stuff want to pack up the whole time, the batteries don't last, get the backup battery. Get the backup battery, now you're live. Your entire business at DuePoint is in your phone. Get all the tools. They're in the cabinet, the price is on the counter. Call client service or order them at info@duepoint.net if you can't get you. We're live on Facebook every day. We're putting content on there. If you want to really get serious with this channel, if you want people to understand this business and to plug into the heart of this business, get them on Facebook. Get them to follow us and like us on Facebook. We don't talk introduction presentations there. What we talk there is about the business. We get to the heart, to the core of the issues, and we talk on about it every day on our Facebook site. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you'll know when we go live. It's free to subscribe. Download our free app. Download it and put it in your phone. Everything here doesn't cost you anything. Get the app on your phone. Do you know that DuePoint is already in your phone? We're already in your phone. The business to create DuePoint is already in your hands. You just didn't know it before tonight. Get the app on your phone tonight for free, and you are building your wealth with us. Your training is there. Watch the training. Your personal documentation is there. Read the personal documentation. Don't come to me and say, Brendan, what product is it that gives you 50% off everything? Click a few buttons, read the products, you'll understand. Everything you need, we give you and put in your hands. Folks, we know that you may not be experts at this in the beginning, so we teach you. We train you through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards training program takes you through steps you'll need to know and do in order to create wealth. And as you do that, we reward you with XP points, experience points. Those experience points are a measure of your experience with us. That's all. They're not worth rands and cents. They're just a measure of your experience with us. But naturally, as you accumulate this experience, you will start to grow your channel. And where you meet the two criteria of experience and channel size, we'll rank you up. You can't be a beginner forever. We'll rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, with a little bit of cash. A little bit later, as you get a little bit bigger and more serious and more experienced, a lot more cash. And then as you get to rank 5, we start to give you tools. At rank 5, it's an imported lightning memory stick, plugs into all electronic devices, and it's jam-packed with everything you're going to need to connect people to DuePoint. At rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of business cards. They're imported and they're custom made for you. They are gold gilded. Gold gilded. That's not like plastic or ink. It's gold gilding. Look at it. It's like gold bars. And we give you that set. Because when you hand it to people, they're going to want to connect with DuePoint. And then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away on a 1-week trip every year. Not in July, in December. And we take you away every year, all expenses paid, 5-star business class. That's at rank 9. I showed you there, down to rank 20. At the moment, we have mapped to rank 28. At rank 9, I'm taking you away. I can assure you there is no house in the rest of the ranks because this is real, and giving houses away is not real. But what we can do is every year we can take you and your family away. You've worked hard during the year. You've created wealth for yourself during the year. That's the reason why you joined DuePoint, is to create wealth. But as a reward for your hard work, every year we take you away with your family. And it looks something like this. On these cold winter days, I can picture myself lying on that beach. The question is whether you're going to join us. Whether you're going to join us. What does it take for us to get into the psyche of the average South African and say, it's time. It's time now. Today's article was probably the last straw for me personally, where I went, we cannot make excuses anymore as South Africans. We cannot. We have to now start creating a backup plan for ourselves. When I said before in presentations, no one's coming to our rescue, people laugh at me. I think they still believe someone's coming to rescue them and us. No one is coming to rescue us. We have to rescue ourselves. Will you get there to rank 9? Absolutely, if you persevere. Absolutely. It might take you 3 years to get there. Don't believe you're going to get there in 5 minutes. Rank 9 is a long way from rank 0, which is where you are right now. But you can get there. You can. Everybody can. The only people who won't get there are the people who believe they can't and will quit. Those are the only people that won't make it. Everybody else will if they persevere over time. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented from us. It's not financed through us. We don't give it to you and take it away. And it's actually real. It's not a fake picture on a website. It's real. We will give it to you. You've got some decisions to make this evening. What are those decisions? If you want more information about DuePoint, if you want to get trained up at DuePoint, if you want to understand the mechanics of this business, if you want even just the basics of this business explained and discussed with you on a one-on-one basis, a personal interaction with me or Rob, then you should be here on a Saturday morning at 11:30. After our intro presentation at 10, we run just about every Saturday a Teamworks meeting. We're having one this weekend again. They are very powerful in laying the right foundations for you, your new wealth engineers, and your guests on Saturday morning. They are live broadcast as usual with everything. So if you've watched the intro presentation at 10, tune back in at 11:30 with your team wherever you are around the country. And let's train each other. You can send questions through to your lead wealth engineers up here. They'll share them with us, and we ask and interact with questions here. Make sure you use this tool, guys. I love it when I talk to wealth engineers and I say, we're going to be at the Teamworks meeting on Saturday. No, my daughter's got a ballet recital. I'm like, all right, well, so does mine, but I'll be here at 11:30 because we're creating wealth here, which will pay for more ballet recitals. Guys, make it a priority. Make it a priority to tune in with your team or to be here with your team on Saturday mornings. You can see how serious we are about what we're doing here. We're not messing around. This is not a fake nothing. This is real. And when you're real like we are, you're real serious about what you're doing. We put a lot of money and a lot of time, a lot of effort, and brought the best people in the industry together to create what we think is probably the only viable economic solution for South Africans right now. And again, I'll ask you, how long are we going to wait? How many excuses will we put in the way? How long before we start creating a backup plan for what is an inevitability in South Africa right now? What are we going to do? Tonight, if you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. Come and ask us. We'll answer them for you. But don't walk out of here without this tool in your hands. Don't walk out of here having not taken this opportunity. Grab it now and start digging the well before you need it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside. And thanks for all of you who have tuned in tonight.